Show me.
So upon first glimpse, Extraction didn't look like a movie that I would review. Just the basic idea of the movie and one look at the trailer made it feel less like John Wick and more like 13 Hours. Which is harsh because 13 Hours is a great movie. But then I saw this clip and the behind the scenes that went with it. But then I saw who was directing and I thought, who is Sam Hargrave? And then I saw who Sam Hargrave was and I said, oh, that is Sam Hargrave. If you've never seen this man before, then here's him and Dennis Ruel's Unlucky Stars.
Not bad. For a fat guy.
He's also a Captain America stunt double, and I didn't realize that he's also been the fight coordinator for the past couple Avengers movies. Which explains why he's directing this since a Russo brother wrote it. So then, because I'm a weirdo, I start looking at who's involved in the stunts, and two names stand out to me. One is Patrick Kazutang as an assistant stunt coordinator. Then I see the fight coordinator is Michael Lair, and again I think, who? So I go through some pictures and again I said, oh, that is Michael Lair. If you're not familiar with him, this is a guy who is involved in some of the greatest short fight films I've ever seen over on Sloyer Stunts YouTube channel. At this point, I know that this is definitely something that I need to review. This movie is going to be packed to the gills with epic fight scenes. So am I right? Is this movie packed to the gills with epic fight scenes? Let's find out. I'm the martial arts film freak, and I watched Extraction.
Biggest drug lord in India versus biggest drug lord in Bangladesh.
Some mythic shit, huh?
It's a kidnapping. Drug lord's son. Clock's running at 16 hours. Proof of life as of 6 hours ago.
Extraction was directed by Sam Hargrave, written by Joe Russo, and stars Chris Hemsworth, Randeep Hooda, Rudrox Jaiswal, Golshifteh Farahani, and David Harbour. Let's pretend I pronounced those names right. This is not the John Fu Extraction or Kellen Lutz Extraction. This one sees Chris Hemsworth as a mercenary hired to retrieve a drug lord's son who has been kidnapped by the biggest drug lord in India. Get the kid and get out. But that is not very easy when all of the entrances to the city are shut down and enemies are closing in from every side. The plot isn't overly complicated, but the best aspects of the story come from the two leads. Hemsworth and Jaiswal have a nice chemistry, and seeing the relationship evolve from a kid getting figuratively and literally tossed around by an adult, to the two learning to trust and care for each other was pretty nice. I was a little confused by something spoilery, so I won't get into it. I did really enjoy that the story delved into the perspectives and situations of a few of the supposed antagonists. You never really see that in action movies, and it's nice to be able to build some sympathy for someone before just really wanting to see them get shot in the face. But let's talk about the action. As I said before, I'm expecting some epic fight scenes here. And I wasn't let down. For the first hour of the film. The action is sort of sectioned off into two parts. Throughout the first hour, you get excellent John Woo/John Wick style action combining hand-to-hand choreography and gun work. In this section, you also get an outstanding one-take style scene that starts as a car chase before turning into a fight scene in an apartment complex that then spills out into the street and ends in another car. The fight scene between Hemsworth and Hooda is very similar to Michael Lair's work I've seen in the past. Needless to say, this fight scene is maybe the best in the whole movie. I'm seriously impressed with Hemsworth's performance, both acting and physicality. The second part of the movie evolves into more of what you'd expect of a Hollywood-style action movie. What was a bit of a martial arts movie is now a shooty-shooty gun-gun movie. As a kid, I thought I didn't like shooty-shooty gun-gun movies. They just weren't very visually interesting to me. But as I watched more John Woo movies and 3 John Wicks later, I learned that shooty-shooty gun-gun movies are great when crafted with specificity and care. Thankfully, Hargrave did a wonderful job of putting together a gun-centric action sequence. Overall, I think I'd give Extraction 4 David Harbours out of 5. Extraction feels like the Russo brothers wanted to give Hargrave an opportunity. Hargrave went from doubling Captain America to coordinating fight scenes in Civil War and subsequent Avengers films. He's clearly built trust and credibility with the Russos, and Extraction is his chance to prove that he really knows what he's doing. Hargrave was smart. He brought in talented friends like Lair and Tang to help craft wonderful action sequences. His handling of camera work and choreography is what is expected of a stuntman in the director's chair. The past few years have seen former stuntmen like Chad Stahelski, David Leitch, and Jesse V. Johnson own Hollywood and the action world. And 40 years ago, Jackie Chan and Sammo Hung were proving this same point in Hong Kong. Hopefully more people high up in Hollywood take notice of Hargrave and his team, because in my opinion, it is stuntmen who have crafted the best action ever put to film. It's been proven in the past, and it was proven here. But what do you think? Have you seen Extraction? Tell me your thoughts in the comments down below. Head over to MarshallJoyner.com for reviews and articles on all things martial arts. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good day.